Short video for today. Today's video is 3.1 day 5. Only has a few problems on it. Again, we've been solving word problems that have real world situations, but this is from the textbook and it calls it real world situations. Your notes don't look exactly like each of these slides because I adjusted the slides a little bit, but close enough. Let's work on these. Quick video for today. Number one, a belt costs $30 less than a pair of jeans. So I know something about the belt. The ratio of the cost of the jeans to the cost of the shirt is 2 to 1. If the total cost of the three items is $75, find the cost of the jeans. So the belt costs $30 less than a pair of jeans. The ratio of the cost of the jeans to the cost of the shirt is 2 to 1. Find the cost of the jeans is the question. So I'm going to let jeans equal the x. Let x equal jeans. The belt costs 30 less than a pair of jeans. 30 less than a pair of jeans. Less than, so minus 30. So x minus 30 is the belt. That sounds reasonable. The ratio of the cost of the jeans to the cost of the shirt is 2 to 1. So the jeans is twice as expensive, this is the jeans, remember, as the shirt. So if jeans is the x, the shirt has to be half x, because twice of 1/2 would be x, right? So in fact, I'm going to change that because I want it to be, and yes, I could say 1/2 x, but I'm going to say x over 2 equals, so the jeans, half of it would be the shirt. If the total cost of the three items, so I'm going to put these three items together, x is the jeans plus the belt plus the shirt equals $75. Putting all my x terms together, I have 1, 2.5 x's. So 2.5 x's, I think I'll leave it as 5/2 x's. Makes it easier. 5/2 is 2.5 minus 30. Oops, there's the bell. Adding 30 to both sides, I'm going to add 30 to both sides. I get 5/2 x equals 105. Multiplying both sides by the multiplicative inverse. We do not divide by fractions, we multiply by the multiplicative inverse. So therefore, I'm going to do that. I'm going to multiply by 2/5 on both sides, and my numerators cancel, my denominators cancel, and I get x equals 5 goes into 105 21 times, $42. So $42 is the jeans. 42 minus 30, $12 is the belt, and half of $42 would be, $21. I'm going to do a little check here. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. $4, $5, $75. Yes, that's what the three items cost. So I do have the right answer. I'm going to leave the sable up to you. So please answer. The cost of the jeans is, as we see, $42. So I said it. I didn't write it. I would like you to write it on your notes. Next example. Mr. Gates's bathroom walls are 91¼ inches tall. He wants to mount a mirror with a height of 28¼ inches on the wall. Oh, nice picture here for us to look at. The distance from the top of the mirror to the ceiling should be half the distance from the bottom of the mirror to the floor. Find the distance from the mirror to the floor. Okay, well that's x. Let x equal that distance from the bottom of the mirror to the floor. And I'm just going to say M to F here. Mr. Gates's bathroom walls are 91¼ inches tall. He wants to mount a mirror with a height of 28¼ inches. Okay, the distance from the top of the mirror to the ceiling should be half the distance from the bottom of the mirror to the floor. So this is half what I called x, which was this. So I'm drawing on the picture. I'm going to make that left statement. Let 1/2 x. I don't really have to, or I could say x over 2 to be consistent what I did last time. This is the distance from the mirror to the ceiling. And I drew it in the picture. So I can see in this picture that from the ceiling down, I have half of an x, I have 28¼ inches, and an x. And all together, that has to equal my total distance, 91¼ So we've got some fraction work to do here. Okay, so I have x plus 28¼ plus x over 2 gives me 91¼ Oops, 91¼ So putting my x's together first, I have a whole x and a half x, which is 3/2 x, plus the 28¼ equals 91¼ Subtracting 28¼ subtracting 28¼ showing the minus sign, showing the cancel. I get 3/2 of x. To move this up a little. I get, well, the quarters nicely cancel. And 11 take away 8 is 3, 8 take away 2 is 6. So I get 63. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get that. Times the multiplicative inverse of 2/3 on both sides. And I get x equals 63, 3 goes in there, 21 times 42. Well, that's interesting, 42. So the distance from the mirror to the floor is 42. From the mirror to the ceiling is, sorry, I can't get that. From the mirror to the ceiling is 21. I'll have to call them back. And when you add that all together, you get 91¼ I'll have to get it. And it's not pretty. So when I add that all together, yes, I'm going to get 91¼ Okay. And yes, I'll leave the table for you. What is the distance? Find the distance of the mirror to the floor. We found that. It was 42 inches. Last question. Here's a little, let's think about this. The wall's height is about 90 and the mirror's height is about 30. So the total distance above the mirror is about 60. 2/3 of 60 is about 40. So the answer of 42 seems reasonable. Oh, that was a good, reasonable checking idea there. Number 3. Here's number 3. A packager of tea leaves blends 3½ pounds of tea leaf A with 1½ pounds of tea leaf B to make a special blend. 1 pound of tea leaf B costs $2 less than 1 pound of tea leaf A. There's my let statement. 1 pound of tea leaf B costs $2 less than 1 pound of tea leaf A. A is more expensive. The packager finds that the cost of making the blend is $3 per pound. Find the cost of 1 pound of tea leaf of B. 1 pound of tea leaf B costs $2 less than 1 pound of tea leaf A. I'm still going to let x equal tea leaf A. I could do it the other way, and you may want to do it the other way. 1 pound of tea leaf B costs $2 less. So x minus 2 is tea leaf B. I'm going to solve this to find A and then subtract 2 to get the B, answering the question that's being asked. The packager of the tea leaves blends 3½ pounds of tea leaf A of A, so it's just an x. So 3.5 times A with 1.5 pounds of tea leaf B. Tea leaf B, 1.5. Well, B is a quantity. To make a special blend, 1 pound of tea leaf B, that was my lots. The packager finds that the cost of making the blend is $3 a pound. $3 per pound. Well, if I add 3.5 and 1.5, find the cost of 1 pound of tea leaf B. I only want 1 pound of tea leaf B. Packager finds that the cost of making the tea blend is $3 per pound. Well, I have 3.5 pounds of A and 1.5 pounds of B in this mixture. So I really have 5 pounds here. The packager finds that the cost of making the blend is $3 per pound. I have 5 pounds here. So 3 times 5 is going to give me 15. That's the cost, $15. $3 per pound. Altogether, I have 5 pounds, so I do have to multiply that out. So distributing 3.5x plus 1.5x minus 3, 1.5 times -2 is minus 3 equals 15. So 3.5 and 1.5 gives me 5x minus 3 equals 15. I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and I get 5x equals 18. So dividing by 5, I get x equals 3 3/5. 3 3/5. This is money. 3/5 of a dollar. A dollar is hundredths. That's the price of tea leaf A. So 3 3/5 would be times, right? To make this 100 would be times 20. So I have $3.60. $3.60 is tea leaf A. It's $2 less a pound for B. So that would be minus 2 would be $1.60 for B. I'm going to leave that check up to you, and I'm also going to leave that Sable up to you. We'll go over the check for this. I would like you to do a check for this problem, and that's what we're going to go over tomorrow. That's it for today.